Greetings, ladies and folks, and welcome to yet another unboxing video. Yes, we've been doing a lot of these lately, and this is a pretty sizable one from a very, I don't know if you've ever heard of the e-tailer this one comes from, but if you have, I'll leave you to guess. Should be kind of difficult, maybe not, but, you know, can't be 100% sure that everyone's going to know. I mean, it's not like it's printed all over the box itself. It never is. But anyway, let's get to it. This one is something that has been basically waited around for a long time. Because I use the delivery service, the, what do they call it? The pile of loot, where everything builds up over a serious time. And to be fair, to be honest, I could have let this sit a bit longer because there's still some other things that I'm waiting for from the same place. But I figure I've waited on something that's in here for far too long. And my patience, as virtuous as I am with it, well, it's running thin, whatever it is. So, let's start out. Or this time around, it's upside down. The first thing in there is upside down. But you can see it, at the very least. First thing out of the box. Robot Damashi Jim Quell. There's exactly one reason I got this, and that is for the trailer truck. Did a light just go off behind me? God damn it. But yeah, the Jim Quell, the trailer truck. This is just another case of a prop that I really freaking wanted for my, and then the light comes back on. What the fuck? For my stop motion videos, because the only real options you have for trailer trucks are the EX model trailer truck for the Gundam, or do what I did and build this thing out of Legos. Or there's also the Kotobukiya carrier trucks. But this right here. Holy frickin' guacamole, I have been waiting for this for ages. And you are kidding yourself if you thought I wasn't going to get this eventually, because, alright, I mean, I don't know how many people are new here who don't know about this, who I don't make this abundantly clear to, but this is my all-time favorite Gundam, the RX-79G Gundam Ground Type. I have multiple variations and multiple copies and multiple grades of this thing, and I would buy this. If I had enough money, I would buy all of them. I love this fucking Gundam. Oh man, when they announced when they revealed that the 8th MS team was going to be next, and I'm just like, bankrupt me. Do it. I want it. I've got to have it. And for a while there, I almost thought it actually was going to be bankrupting me. But, oh, yes. Yes. Of course, that's only the first thing out of the box there. There's a lot of things to be waiting on. More 8th MS team goodness. The MS-06 JC Zaku 2 JC type ver anime. This is the basically the type of Zaku that they had in the 8th MS team. It is, it still looks like your standard Zaku for most parts, but there's a lot of minor distinctions sculpt-wise and proportion-wise. And of course, spec-wise, the JC type was just different from your standard Zaku in a certain way. Not that that's a tremendously huge deal, I suppose, but I was not going to have the ground Gundam without the Zaku counterpart. In fact, what I'm hoping to do eventually is get the entire 8th MS team lineup from this line, because I want all of them. The 8th MS team is my favorite series. The Ground Gundam is my favorite Gundam. And yeah. But of course, it's not enough just to have the Gundam and the Zaku. I have to have this little set to complement it. The Mobile Suit Gundam 8th MS Team option set for anime. This is the first one, obviously, because, the second one has come out, but it's not reached, these shores yet. Or has it come out yet? I don't know. I think it has. Yeah, no, I saw a review for it, earlier this week. So yeah, this is an option part set. It includes a whole bunch of stuff. It includes the missile launcher, the bazooka, and a whole bunch of effect parts. And for the Zaku, it has the broken cable, the cables hanging out of the broken arm to replicate the one episode early on in the series. I think it was the second episode where one of the Zakus gets stuck wandering around in the jungle and gets itself damaged. So that's good, but there's a lot to go through here. I am not going to go through and open up every single one of these on camera today. Oh, hello. Big Bed ToyStore.com. Oh, I guess that gave away where this comes from. But yeah, I'm not going to go through and open up every single one of these on camera. I think that would be ridiculously redundant. I always go on and ramble about while I'm checking these things on camera, and I don't want to do that for every single one of these. However, I am going to open up and check this one for reasons. Reasons that I will get into as we start tearing through this thing. Well, tearing through. I don't want to tear this thing completely apart, so... Because this one, there's something that I found out about it that leaves me kind of concerned for the base figure. Whether or not there's going to be a certain problem with it. I kind of doubt it. Again, there's all this text on the lip that I don't understand. And I should also mention that I don't ever... Alright, let's get the instructions out for good measure. So, this is something that I only noticed when I was looking at, like, Japanese review sites and looking at, like, the translated reviews. And found out, and I'm suffering from this problem whether I like it or not, that there is a design fault with the ankles. If you look at the cup of the ball socket and how it's attached to the leg, you can see splits right there on the side of the ball joint. That's just because the design for these particular ball sockets weren't reinforced to, deal with putting this thing together, and thus, invariably, damage the joint. Now, as I'm looking at it, there were secondary releases that have a reinforced alteration to this joint so that this won't be a problem. But at the same time, I don't think this is going to be a tremendous thing, but it will make the ankle joint somewhat loose, and that's disappointing, but I'll live, as long as it doesn't snap completely in half. But that is something that I want on record for anyone else buying a gym quell is to check the ankles out of the box. I'll probably put a picture on screen to show you the difference between a standard version and a reinforced version if you ever get one, to check the ankles and to see which one you've got and whether or not it's already cracked. If it's already cracked, well, I suppose you could contact the e-tailer and try to get a replacement, but I'm not going to bother because, quite frankly, I feel like at this point it's just going to be luck of the draw. So yeah, that's the gym quell. Another case is something that I bought more so for a certain accessory than anything else. Not that the gym quell itself is a bad figure, but I knew going in that there might be problems with the ankles, and wouldn't you know, there were problems with the ankles. I might try, it's not like the ankles themselves are super loose, but I do have some concern for their longevity in case they might split all the way through. So I might try using a bit of the, it doesn't seem like the smartest idea, but this stuff is kind of acted like a rubber cement for other joints. So maybe this might help it a little bit and, prevent the joint from splitting further with the Kiki Fix Loose Joints solution. We'll see. Well, I'll see. You probably won't. But, again, that is something, the reason that I unboxed the gym quell first and only on this particular video for your viewing pleasure, compared to the massive amount of things that I could be going through that I put over here, is simply because I knew that there could be a problem with the ankles, and I wanted to make sure of that before, anything else. Because if this is... I don't think I'm not going to return this, but I want people to be aware that that might be a reason that they should. So, yeah. With that all said and done, I've opened myself up to a lot of capabilities moving forward here. Oh, I'm just looking at all this stuff and trying not to salivate. Granted, I'm hungry. I was gonna go get brunch before this thing showed up at my door, and I was not going to leave the house until I've opened it up and had a look at all of it. So I'm gonna go do that. With that all said and done, thanks absolutely everyone for watching. Look forward to some videos about this, stop motion or otherwise regarding the contents of this particular box. As always, I'll point you out to the various social media links in the description below if you want to follow up on that. In fact, I'm actually probably going to take some pictures for my Instagram of all of these things. At some point. Because that's something that I'm thinking about doing, is just doing, like, a whole bunch of different pictures of, like, one picture a day of everything in my collection for the rest of the year, or at least until I run out of things to take pictures of. Which could be a while, I'll admit. But this is the Devassia mentality out.